All right, we have a little repair here we're doing. We have this battery here, 4S battery, and I have been using it since July 2021. And up here, I had to take this apart so I could repair this cable that had pulled its way out of this clip here. And so, what I have to assist me is this mighty fine gun here. It is a Wall 1864, if you can see that right there. It is a beast of a. Reminds me of the soldering irons back in the old days, where it has nothing but raw power. It has a light as well as a big old end. Clean it off. Here we go. Good as new. Now this iron gets really hot, really fast, and it is perfect for these big jobs. And it only takes a second or two to apply that heat to this strip. I tin the wires. I use flux and put some solder on the tab there, and then just put it together. And that just repaired this. As you can see here in the black on a negative, looks like we have some fraying going on as well. But we will address that as well. But this wire, the positive, was just dangling by a few threads. And I was wondering why the capacity of this was degrading, because I use these for my goggles, and they last forever. I mean, you can just fly and fly, and FPV sells these. I think they're around $90, and basically you don't ever have to worry about powering your goggles. It just lasts forever. But because performance was decreasing, I took a look here and found out this wire was coming off. So that's good. That's how you fix your LiPo batteries. I mean, your Li-ion batteries. These are Li-ion. This is not a this is not LiPo. This is Li-ion batteries. 18650 and 7,000 milliamp hours. So they've lasted me all these years, and just keep on chugging. All right, we have both leads are exposed here. We have the positive that is fixed and a negative that we need to address. So what we're going to do is, if any kind of rooting around or anything, make sure you're using something plastic. These are live cells. In fact, I just charged this battery up before I discovered what was wrong. So what we're going to need to do is completely sever this connection here. It's coming off anyway. Keep that out of the way. What we're going to do is take off the remaining wire here, bits of wire. So we're just going to let it heat up, and then very quickly, not to allow a lot of heat on this. There we go. Really simple, really quick. And that's what's so good about this gun. Just applies the heat. The quicker you can get the job away, the quicker you can remove the heat. See, I'm already touching it. There's absolutely no warmth at all. And you don't want to transfer heat to the battery, because that would be very bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to tin this and tin our wire. Mindful of the exposed connection of the positive, we're going to cut this off here. We're going to strip the wire. Give a little bit of flux. There we go. See the flux on there? Focus. I know it's hard to do it. All right, see the flux on there? Flux on the wire. All right, the wire is now tinned. Always keeping the gun nice and clean. A clean gun works the best. That's how you take care of your tools will take care of you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to tin the all right. Very simple. Not even warm. And yet we have tinned our side here. I love these mandibles here, or whatever we call them. And we're not going to need to apply any more solder than what we have already here. It's a whole idea of tinning. Well, there's a lot of other ideas, other reasons for tinning. Completely and securely attached to the battery. Very quick, no heat at all, except to melt the solder, but no heat to transfer to the battery. That is the entire goal of this, is to ensure that no heat transfers to the battery, or as very little as possible. I do have a regular soldering iron, but when it comes to these tasks, I use this soldering iron. It applies the heat very quickly. The quicker you can apply the heat, the quicker you can remove it. Here we tin our, always making sure that we keep our tip nice and tinned, ready for the next use. You should not be pulling your gun out of your next use with it all corroded and rusty and everything. That's just going to spell a very short life for your tip. So you take care of it, get all the crap off of it, and then preserve the tin that's on there, putting some solder on there, last you many years. All right, so that completes the little tutorial, unexpected tutorial of repairing your Li-ion battery connectors. It's all nice and secure here. I'm going to wrap this all up, make sure that the integrity is preserved. I hope this helps. As for the model of the soldering iron I am using, let's see if you guys can see that. Model LG400. So if you want to pick one up, it has a 1/4-inch diameter pyramid tip. And like I say, it's all raw power. There is no of this electronic stuff between it, which is really good for other irons that you're doing delicate work. But when you need to have raw heat, get it done. All right, here is the finished product, all taped up nice and well. Check our capacity here, 98%, 16 volts. Good, all good as new. And I put a wire tie before putting this tape on here to keep the wire from pulling out there again. So when you fix something, you make sure it doesn't happen again, or take steps to ensure that it doesn't. And then we just plug in our goggles power right in there. We'll be good to go.